G.I. Joe Classified series is starting off strong in 2024 with one of the backlog releases that I've picked up at Walmart. We're talking about the Crimson Alley Viper, on Way I Got It Figured.
The Way I Got It Figured.
What's up, figure fans? Way I Got It Figured, back with another G.I. Joe Classified series review. This time we're looking at the Crimson Alley Viper, number 91 in the G.I. Joe Classified series. I picked this figure up at Walmart. It is a Walmart exclusive figure. They were recently put back in stock on Hasbro Pulse, so if you didn't get them, if you want to army build them, at least the last time I checked, which was probably yesterday, they were in stock. But I picked this guy up in store at Walmart, and you can see clearly here, he's got a clearance tag on him. Pretty interesting story, I guess, from my standpoint. And we'll talk about that when we get to the packaging. But here's the Alley Viper, and I have him geared up already because I'm trying to speed these reviews up somewhat. I'm not saying I won't, do it the normal way ever again, but in the interest of time, especially for something that's a repaint, I just gear them up, and we'll go through it that way. So, how did I come out by this guy in the clearance aisle? I just walked in to Walmart. Always look through the clearance aisle, of course. Any toy hunter is going to do that. And just sitting very lackadaisical in the clearance section was this lone Crimson Alley Viper. And I searched high and low to see if any of the other figures were there. But he was the only one. So after I examined the package to make sure that, to my specifications, that it hadn't been tampered with, all the tape was new, so I just went ahead and bought them. And I'm going to give you my impressions on them, and there are some things to go over. But the first thing we're going to do is go over the package. So, you've got your Crimson Alley Viper packaging, and he's got a, pretty interesting look to him. They got him with his face mask on, and he's got a grapple gun rather than one of the other guns. But he doesn't have a rope, which we know from the other Alley Viper. And I really like the artwork. The inset artwork here. This guy really looks menacing and kind of insane. Yeah, it's very nice artwork. And then you've got the close-up artwork on the side. You can really see that kind of crazed look. And he's carrying his gun, rifle. Of course, you got your dark energon there because this is sort of like a light Transformers crossover. And your QR code with number 91 on the side. We'll leave it here for should ever the QR codes start to work. And then on the back, you got your Alley Viper standing at 6.4 inches. Somewhat of a taller figure. His weapons loadout and the insets that you get on all G.I. Joe Classified series figures. So he's got the backpack, but I don't think they have the gun attached. Yeah, they do. Yeah, it is attached. And the helmet visor down. And of course, you've got his combat symbols, file card symbols, 2 infantry, 2 shields, 3 Siegecraft, and 3 Urban Combat. I think that's Siegecraft. There's heavy weapons. Looks like heavy weapons. 3 heavy weapons. So these guys are big and bad and pretty cool. With the crimson part of it, you know, this used to be an alley viper. So this is a straight redeco of the original number 34 alley viper, and it's redecoed in the Pursuit of Cobra you know, colors and deco. And it was not a part of the Crimson Guard this year, or last year rather. Hasbro wanted to make a bunch of Crimson stuff and kind of kludge it all into the Crimson Guard, but the Crimson Guard itself is the Crimson Guard. So, you know, they don't have vipers and bats. I mean, maybe they can have some bats because there's a storyline going on there, but the Crimson Guard is the Crimson Guard, and all these other Crimson things, you know, I mean, it doesn't make sense. The Crimson Guards is the Cobra Elite Troopers, so these guys are what they are, and the other Crimson guys are what they are. Anyway, I don't want to go all into that, but you get my drift. As far as I'm concerned, this is just an alley viper with a different outfit than the other one. And maybe, you know, maybe he's a unique alley viper, sort of like in Operation Dragonfire way back in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. But, you know, it's not a Crimson Guard person. I just reject that idea out of hand. So you got your Walmart clearance sticker. Pick this guy up for $13, which, you know, would obviously probably have you as well looking all through the clearance section and every other section you could find to see if you could find another one of these guys or another one of the guys in the Walmart range. But alas, this was it. This was the only one. So there you go. Let's look at the packaging. Of course, we've got our Alley Viper, and the figure looks great. Dare I say he looks better than the original flavor Alley Viper, even though for me the original flavor Alley Viper has a lot of sentimental value. But you know, but I think this looks a little bit better. I saw a review of this figure, and the person in the review said it was one of their most disappointing figures because everything seems softer to him. Like the shield is supposed to be softer than the original, and things like that. The weapons were soft. Well, I don't know. This guy seems completely identical in terms of plastic quality and everything. I can't bend this shield any more than I could bend the original one. And I'll show that on camera here because I have the in the comparison section of the video. But this guy's great. What flaws does it have? Does it have any flaws? I would say yes. It has mold degradation issues, which we're seeing kind of more and more. So this guy, I mean, maybe you wouldn't think he'd have a whole bunch of that kind of thing, but his legs and, you know, pants are probably that same Cobra officer, Cobra Infantry, Viper set of pants. So in my Fire Team 788 video, and others have pointed it out too, that the Cobra officer's leg was like kind of just like off to the side a little bit in the peg, and here we go with that same issue. Now you can, you know, give him a hot water bath, pull it off, and shave down the peg, you know, just for the aesthetics of it. I think with the armor on, I can live without doing that. But, you know, if Hasbro's listening, you know, you need to do something about this, because the figures are coming out now, you know, with a weird, not all the way there leg. So yeah, so it doesn't really affect them standing or anything. It's definitely more of an eyesore kind of issue, but it's there. So there's that. As I've already mentioned, he comes with all the same accessories of the original Alley Viper, including this gun, the pistol, the 2 knives, the backpack, same thing, all the way down the line. Accessory for accessory. Doesn't come with anything additional. It's just a different deco. And it is a cool deco. So with that, I'm not going to bother to go into the articulation. If you want to do that, you want to see that, check out my number 34 Alley Viper video. And here's 34. Original flavor, Alley Viper. I gave him the original flavor gun. Decided to switch it up for this one with the secondary gun that they gave him. And they both look good in their own way. But even I gotta say that, this is just a better deco. But in terms of weapons, in terms of the shield, it's really not this plastic issue that that we're saying we're having. Same sound, same noise, exactly down the line. Like I said, I can't bend this, and I can't bend this. If you try hard enough, I guess you can, but I'm obviously not willing to do that. And I don't see a drop off in plastic quality, which is odd considering all the figures that we're getting where the weapons are, really soft. But I think that because they're gang molded and they use whatever ABS plastic that they use, it's sort of baked in. You're not gonna get these guys and they're gonna have lesser plastic quality than the original guys, something along those lines. But that said, the guy looks good. I'm not going to keep saying the same thing, but he does look good. You got your instrumentation inside the shield. Guess I should show that. Shield does rotate on his arm. There is, even though you can't really see it, I guess I could take it off just for a second. So you have the instrumentation. Inside the helmet there, instrumentation. Visor. Goes on easily, goes down easily. Give you that weird alienish look. And yeah, it's a cool figure. Other than this weird right leg issue that we're seeing more and more on Cobra figures. So with that, I'm going to move on to final thoughts. Final thoughts on G.I.Joe Classified Series number 91. Crimson Alley Viper. What do I think about this guy? I think he's, pretty great. I don't like the Crimson Guard kludging of everything that the G.I. Joe, the Hasbro G.I. Joe team is doing. In my quote-unquote world, it's an Alley Viper with a different color scheme. It's not going to be a Crimson Guard. It's stupid. That's my personal preference. The figure itself, though, it's, other than the weird leg thing, it's just as good as the original. I'm going to give it a 9 because I gave the original one a 10, and this is a repaint that actually looks, in my mind, a little bit better, but it's a repaint, so I'm not going to give it a 10. So there you go. There you have it. G.I.Joe Classified Series number 91, Crimson Alley Viper. Obviously, we've got a lot more G.I. Joe Classified Series to review, so please keep it locked where you got it. Hit me back on the next video. I think the next video is probably going to be Desert Commando Snake Eyes, so we'll be on the lookout for that next time there's a G.I. Joe Classified Series review up. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it there, and thank everybody for the new subscriptions. Hope you stick around, keep watching the videos. Let me know how you feel about this figure, how you feel about the videos in general, and I respond to each and every comment. Have no fear, I will respond. And everybody stay safe in the new year. Peace.
The way I got it figured.